Here is the last part of the 5.1 to 5.3 quiz review. This is another radical equation, although this one has two radicals and they are not like radicals. They look very close to being the same on the inside, but they are not. So we will work through our steps here of how to solve something like this. And so it says isolate one of the square roots. Well, we could isolate either one. Looks like it would be just easier to go ahead and add the square root of 2 minus 2x to both sides. That way we don't have any negatives. So we got 2 minus 2x. That becomes 0. And then on the left side we have 2 plus the square root of 2 minus 2x equals the square root of 2x plus 2. On to step 2. Square both sides to cancel the one square root. So we will go ahead and square both sides. Now on the right side, this is why we're squaring, because the square root cancels with the squared. On the left side, we need to multiply this out. This is multiplied by itself. And on the right side, that canceled, so we're just left with 2x plus 2. So we now need to multiply this out. So we'll do 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have plus, and we're going to go ahead and do 2 times the square root of 2 minus 2x. And then now we have to multiply this part by both parts. So 2 times the square root of 2 minus 2x. And then multiply that times itself. When a square root is multiplied by itself, it cancels the square root, so this is just going to be plus 2 minus 2x. And then we have that is equal to 2x plus 2. So there we went ahead and squared that. Now, actually we kind of did this too, or we're partway through this. Simplify the other side, so we squared it. Now we're going to simplify so we can add like terms here. So we have 4 plus 2 is 6. We have these two square roots are like square roots, so we can add those together. That gives us plus 4 times the square root of 2 minus 2x. And then we have this minus 2x equals 2x plus 2. So we simplified both sides, and now what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the remaining square root. There's only one square root left, which is good, so let's go ahead and isolate that. We can subtract 6 from both sides and add 2x to both sides, which leaves us with 4 times the square root of 2 minus 2x is equal to 4x minus 4. To finish isolating the square root, we're going to divide both sides by 4. And we get the square root of 2 minus 2x is equal to, now this 4, since it goes into every term, we can divide everything by 4, which gives us x minus 1. So we isolated the square root. Now we're going to go ahead and square both sides. This question now is similar to question 6 from this review. So we're going to square both sides and solve the remaining equation. So the square root cancels with the squared. We're left with 2 minus 2x. On the right side, this is x minus 1 multiplied by itself. So that's x squared minus x plus 1. Adding like terms, we have 2 minus 2x equals x squared minus 2x plus 1. Looking at this, we realize we have a quadratic equation, which when we solve a quadratic equation, we want to get everything on one side and set the other side equal to 0. So we'll subtract 2 from both sides and add 2x to both sides. This gives us 0 on the left, x squared, minus 1 on the right. We have a couple different ways to solve this. We can add 1 to both sides. So we have 1 equals x squared and take the square root of that, and we get x equals, we'll show that we're taking the square root of both sides, put plus or minus, x equals plus or minus the square root of 1, which is 1. And we do need to check our answer. So let's put 1 in. So let's try 1. So check x equals 1. So we'll put that into our original equation. So 2 equals the square root of 2 times 1 plus 2 minus the square root of 2 minus 2 times 1. This is 2 equals, well, we should put a question mark here. Is this actually equal? We have the square root of 4, because 2 plus 2 is 4, minus the square root of 0. So 2 does, in fact, equal 2. So x equals 1 is correct. Now let's try negative 1. So put negative 1 in for x. So 2 equals 2 times negative 1 plus 2 minus 2 minus 2 times negative 1. Well, 2 on the left side. Let's see, question marks here. Here we have a negative 2 plus 2 is 0, minus the square root of 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have 2 is equal to negative 2. Is that correct? Well, no, of course it's not correct. So that's wrong. So negative 1 is not one of our answers. So x equals 1 is the solution for this equation.